Okay, so I did play this and upload it, and I've just had a look. It was fucking ages ago. So let's start a new game because I can't remember where I was, other than I think I was at the bit with the fish thing with the water.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Not again. Follow the liquid trail to its source. Health, all is good. Sanity, crystal clear. Tinderboxes, oil, journal. Ugh. Don't like that. Oh yes, now I remember. Drag things to open them. I think this will be the third time I've started it and never really got anywhere and got distracted by something else. So see if I can actually get somewhere with it now. Crouches on toggle. Man. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. A graphics glitch made that scarier than it actually was. Why am I going wibble? Is it because it's dark in there? Why waste the tinderbox? Yeah. Character is suffering from a hangover. It's actually just like 2017. It's not ancient times or in the 18th century or anything. It's just been out at Weatherspoons all night and he's pissed. A slight headache. It's when shit starts walking around, that's the problem. Seems... Fuck off. I was about to say, I seem to remember something with a piano on the last recording. Pianos are just inherently terrifying. Because nobody plays a piano in an abandoned mansion in a jaunty manner, do they?
I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there'll be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel.
Shit.
I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Love and kisses. Crazy Daniel. Don't want it to be too quiet. Right. Travelling to Dover meant going through Canterbury, made sure to pay a visit to avoid a sense of guilt connected to the neglect of family. Yes, I remember. Whoa.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the What did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Sounds like a friendly chap. Yeah, if someone said to me, do you want to come to my inner sanctum? I'd be a bit like, what do you mean by inner sanctum? But if somebody said, Daniel, do you want to come to my inner... I'd be like, fuck off. Matthew, how are you doing? There a limit to how many tinderboxes you can carry? I see. I've just been reading about nicknames on Discord. Something about children and cheering. Get in there.
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right.
My mother came out of a tin.
Feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Okay. It's supposed to be a horror game, but it'll probably just turn into some lewd swear fest, probably. Pretty much like everything else I play. But yes, it is supposed to be a horror game. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. His contract will run for a total of 3 years. When Fincher returned to me, in addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is recommended my services at Prussian Royal Court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break the seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerrick. Whoever Wilhelm is. Now, I've got to be careful because I don't want to waste my lantern, and I don't want to run out of tinderboxes. That was weird. That flinch with the mouse did that all on its own.
"17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps.
Yes.
The
My
crudely
loudest
carved
English.
passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still.
So it fucking
At the far
should.
end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Fuck me. I was trapped. Hopefully, I'm not writing this exactly at the time that I am trapped. I didn't do that! I don't want to light rooms unnecessarily. Do you know what? You know, I said something about the piano. I recognise the broom, and I have just had that tingly feeling at the back of my fucking neck because I remember jumping at something. Last time I fucking recorded this. Fucking game. Oh, it's Whitby Harbour. So, prepare for me to jump like a little girl. Right, that's where I came in, wasn't it? So, done all that. Oh, yes. But last time I played it in the dark. I ain't gonna make that fucking mistake again. I'm sure it was something to do with this door. Here we go. Show something happened last time. You're not going to do it now, are you? You fucking thing. You're going to lull me into a false sense of security and then I'll shit my pants. Sure, something appeared behind me. Someone's going to have to go back and look at the original video. Well, shit. It's amazing though, isn't it, that the entire castle appears to be made out of fucking boulders, not actual blocks. Are you kidding me? It's still too dark here. Fucking piano. I knew there was something with the piano. I'm almost certain last time something appeared behind me. I turned round and there was fucking something stood there. I could be wrong, but...
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
There is nothing worse than you downstairs caving in. Kingdom of Prussia. It's fucking massive. Oh, good.
May 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless.
You pound that wall.
Trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
It was an anglerfish.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
And then I licked it.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry.
Good old
The
Lovecraft.
next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
And that fucking piano. Journal. Okay, so notes, diaries. Yeah, mementos. History room. I'm actually looking for... there's only save and exit, okay. Right, so I need something to bash this door with, don't I? Fragile but not breakable by hand. Just broke it with my hand. Go me.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
This is Daniel on it. Reminds me of his Stargate. Which is unfortunate, really. Let me in. Aldstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region in which law is Aldstadt, deep within the East Prussian woods. For centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbour, Castle Brennenburg. Quiet forest-clad mountains dressed as scattered lakes is as picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local, you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travellers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them are on twists on the tales, there are some motifs that keep appearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Bodies wrought by their tainted souls have been disfigured, empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years, described as horrid revenants. Move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They're called Gatherers as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. As their approach could be heard struggling inside the damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, a well-known erudite, I don't know why I struggle with that, visited Altstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight. He's looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all prominent members of society paid notice, and he's mentioned many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a borough, northwestern glades, only to be never seen again. Heinrich is known as passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. Dismiss the notion of ever visiting Altstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. He was a mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him. The Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family in his castle nearby Altstadt. Like most of the noble birth, rumours are inherited alongside with the title. Research in the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire. In the 16th century, it was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage, therefore the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along with great leaders of this country. Okay. Yeah, good me. I saw the clearly switch-laden books. Yep, don't like this room already. Don't think I need to light that. Oh, maybe I did. Nice toasty fire. Regarding closing of the wine cellar. Wilhelm and his fools have endangered my research long enough for their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. Sheriff is keeping watchful eye on the forest, killing my trusty servants. Just a matter of time till follow the trail of Brennenberg. Nate Lockwill is meant up to further investigation from the public. Wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both my problems. Okay. You're a bit fucking mad, aren't you? I say. Are you the mother out of the tin? No? Awesome. So, the main focus of this entire piece is the horse's arse. So that was the local history. Or was it? Ah, that was the room I couldn't get in. No mementos available. What the fuck am I supposed to... Ah, wine cellar. Maybe that was what I heard last time. I knew there was something to do with this. Ah, yeah. That was it. That was fucking it. But I turned round quicker and saw it last time. But... the old fucking spidey sense. Motherfucker. So, the sheriff and his... Chewie? We're home. Oh. Fucking piano's back again. Okay. That's just fucking weird. Okay, so do you know what? I am going to try and segment this. Let's actually see if I can split it into about half an hour bits. So I've probably been going about 35 minutes, so I will take a quick break here and pick it up again shortly. So see you in a minute.